Hey now, am I gonna let's ride? Talking that real without those by your side. Good vibes only, smooth and fine. Am I gonna hear you right on time?
Hey, welcome back to the My Corner, the only place where we can laugh, cry, and overshare. So today, updates about life. Oh my gosh. Well, 1 week to go to London Marathon. Guys, I made it. I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I've done it. I can't believe I went through so much. Like when I took this opportunity of running the London Marathon, I was expecting this to be more clear and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to run every day. I'm going to do this and that. I couldn't because at the beginning it was like scared maybe I have cancer, so I was just, and I'm dramatic, everyone knows, so I was just like, oh, I'm gonna die, why is the point of running? I survived and I was behind with running, so I have to run more. And after that I went into surgery because I have the other thing as well, like the wisdom tooth and all this shit as well. Dramatic. I was like, this is not gonna be possible. I was supposed to run my half marathon and I couldn't do it because I was with the surgery. As well, I'm doing so much, like I'm doing so much, which I am so glad and I'm so excited. This is not a complaint, this is not a complaint, this is a gratitude. So I'm really happy because I'm doing so much stuff, you know, the BFI flare. We are covering a lot of events, a lot of screening in my email, watching movies, talking, I don't know, with people from Canada, New York. It was so like real, like cool, like really cool. And thank you guys that you're listening, because I might do something wrong at the moment. That is, I'm not sharing my social media. That probably I'm gonna put them there because I need to start all the social medias. Because at the moment the insights are really good. Like 150K for a whole since we started and everything. That means people is there listening. I go Facebook messages of like, I think I was at work and all of a sudden I get like one of these notifications. It was like, oh my god, thank you, you made my day. It was so nice to hear you and so get to know you, which is incredible. Thank you guys. That's so sweet. And to the companies that are actually sending us email, we got an email from one person. I don't remember the name. I'm really sorry. No, I don't remember the name. So he, after Alex Brunava episode, he wanted to come into the podcast. He was like, I have a lot of offers to be in a podcast, but I want to be in your podcast after seeing how Alex was so comfortable and so happy. Thank you. The thing is, like, we are not based in LA, so we cannot make it happen. But if you come to London, the Mind Corner is for you. Like, we're gonna be so excited to have you because there's a project coming in Prime apparently that you're making. So yeah, so we can talk about it. Another thing is, like, I think the first season is gonna be ending soon. I don't know when, because it's so hard to let go something that you are enjoying so much. So I know it's part of the whole business, and stopping the first season doesn't mean I'm gonna have a break, because it's the opposite. That's gonna have more time to like create more content, to do changes, to, I don't know, think about ideas, new guesses, and all this. But yeah, so probably I will do it soon. So we're calling it, just to let you know, but we don't know the date yet. I will let you know in advance. And yeah, that's a little quick advance of everything that is happening, because it's a lot. And we have the website out, that is themindcorner.com, where you can find everything that we are partnerships, everything that we do. We are sharing good screenings with other companies like Cactus. They send an amazing movie that is coming in June. We have as well another movie that is coming, Fairland, that is coming in July, that we're gonna see the movie as well, and it's so exciting that I'm able to see movies before it comes in cinema. That's crazy. That is crazy. The other day I was at home and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to watch, because I don't even watch Netflix right now. It's been like a long time that I'm not watching Netflix, because I have in my email, I have like movies I need to watch. Like the other day with Lunar Sway, it was so great to see, I don't know, being able to see the movie after talk with the director and be like asking questions that I never thought I had. You know what I mean? Because you watch the movie, you never think about like, what is that coming from, or what that happened. I don't know. So I'm learning a lot. This is a learning process. So if I'm excited on the way doing it, I hope you guys are excited with the information I'm giving you, because it's all real. This is no generic information that I'm trying to get to you. It's actually questions me as a viewer, as a, you know what I mean, that I'm able to do, and I think you guys will have as well. So it's really cool. If anyone have any other question that you want to send to anyone, you go in the website, there's a form there, send it, and I will do it. So yeah, and today I'm so excited. First of all, I got the first guest that got me something. Yeah. This is good. This is so good. You guys need to learn 17 episode in 17 or 16. But you know, so today we have PJ. How are you, PJ?
I'm very good. Thank
You
you for having
good?
me.
No,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you
yeah.
for being here.
Congratulations on all your success so
Oh,
far.
thank you so much.
It's
man.
amazing.
Thank you. Like, I know that you listen to the podcast, and I'm really happy, and I'm so happy. Like, literally, because I remember that you texted me one day, because I was what happened in Spain. You remember that I was in Spain
Yeah.
and I got lost and
Mhm.
everything. So did you see that my life is like that? It didn't make
Crazy.
it up. It just happened. Everything happened to me. I'm a
I don't know
dramatic
how-
person.
Everything happens. Everything happens.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have a great autobiography.
I know.
You
I
know.
know. Yeah. I might need to start thinking about that. You see, more things to think. No.
Mhm.
But how is everything? Tell me. How are
Really
you?
good. Really good. Yeah. Things are aligning a lot this year. I feel like the last few years have been a challenge, but a lot of building, and yeah, I think sometimes you feel like when are the challenges going to end?
Yeah.
When is it going to get easier? And I think the realization for me was that it's never going to get easier, but you're going to get stronger.
True though.
So
I
you
love
can
that.
you can start coping better
Yeah.
with the challenges that life throws at you. So I think everything is getting better. Yeah, I really do.
I think this
And I'm
year-
excited. I'm excited for
And I'm
2026.
pretty happy for you, though.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
exciting because actually the message that we want to send to people. To be honest, that's the message I want to send to people
Mm.
because it's fine to be like dramatic. Sometimes it's fine to like take your time and realization of being like, oh my god, I have a bad day. You know what I mean? But it's a moment.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to we live life so focused on the negative aspect of life,
Mm.
but we don't appreciate the positives enough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, think about all the things, and this is really good, man.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you. People will say, "Oh, this is what is this? Saturn retrograde? No, the moon and shit." that people talk
Yeah,
about.
Mercury, the
All
stars.
thing. Maybe
yeah,
you have
yeah,
to
yeah.
do something about it.
But also, it's brighter now.
yeah.
So
Ah,
the days are longer. You
Yeah.
know, I always think that as well. It's
That
like
helps.
winter. I think winter's like the time when you're like, oh, everything is shit, basically. Can
Yeah.
you swear on the
Listen, words are empty things. People need to know how to take them. If I say shit, I don't mean it that way, but I say it anyway. So yeah, we are not here to offend anyone, but yeah, we use
Mm.
the standard vocabulary we have.
Everyone has their own way of expressing themselves.
Yeah, like me. I swear a lot.
Love that.
Anyway, so thank you for coming because we tried already this for so long because like we actually came to the studio, we couldn't come in, and I'm really sorry. Like it was so unprofessional day of my life. You were so
None of it was your fault.
good.
None
You
of
were
it was
so
your fault.
good. We went for a coffee at least.
Technical difficulties
I
happen.
know. And
We-
I'm so
we've been
glad at least it
chatting.
happened to us because you were so nice and you were so like down to understand, and thank you so much. I was like,
You're hosting us on your platform.
oh, thank you.
We are the guest, but like, you're doing a lot for the people that come to you.
Yeah.
So I think it's always about seeing it as an exchange and supporting each
you.
other. So I want that to be clear. Like,
Oh, you're so
know,
sweet, man. I
I
love people to
I
be-
love people that are doing
Oh, thank you.
the
man.
thing.
Thank you. Appreciate
You
that
know,
a
so-
lot. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So for people that doesn't know you,
Mhm.
yeah, can we talk about what do you do and how is life like? What do you get there in the first place?
Shall I start from the entry into the music industry?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, I moved to London end of 2020, COVID. It was like the third lockdown in the UK,
Yeah.
right? And I was by myself. I didn't know anyone. I was away from my family for the first time for a few years,
Yeah.
right? And I was working like normal
Mhm.
because my job was it carried on. COVID didn't really affect the kind of work that I was doing because I was working with a charity and helping people.
Yeah.
So people are always going to need help.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm. So and I had a lot of time on my hands because I wasn't socializing, I wasn't going out of the house, that sort of stuff, unless it was for work. So I did something that I had been wanting to do for a long time, which was start my own blog.
Yeah.
So writing my thoughts about music and like shows and that sort of stuff. That was something that I really wanted to do, and obviously loved music my whole life. Music is like the most amazing thing. And yeah, I started writing my own little blog, and as time went by, a few months, I put out articles. No one's reading them,
Yeah.
just for me, right? No
Yeah.
one knows who I am,
But you,
right?
but you have it
I
there.
was like, I don't even think I had that much social media,
Yeah.
because now, obviously, now 5 years later, I have my social media, my everything like that. So I wanted to write for magazines.
Okay.
So I started doing music journalism,
Okay.
basically.
Amazing.
And I wrote for amazing magazines like New Wave magazine, The Line of Best Fit, Clash, a few other magazines, like online stuff. And then I got some in print as well.
That's amazing.
So, that's also a really cool thing. And as time went by, I was like, well, I'm learning more about the industry, because a lot of people know music, but not the industry.
Literally different.
And some people are in the industry, but they don't have a clue about music, right? So
That's actually not some. I think that's actually how the industry works. So there's not
It's
actually
so
a full
funny.
prepared person at this point. Like
It's so
literally,
funny. It's
it's
so
true
funny.
though. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, go.
So for me, it was like at some point I made the decision to like be more outspoken about my music opinions and supporting artists, and I naturally gravitated towards like making playlists and spotlighting emerging new talent,
Okay.
right? Especially with UK rap, R&B, soul, those sort of genres,
Yeah.
right? And living in London, we're so lucky because we're surrounded by amazing, talented people.
Indeed.
So started as journalism, then started a bit of like social media, being just one of the talky
Yeah.
people online.
I love that.
And then as time went by, I did some PR work. So as a journalist, you're very in tune with PR, because PRs are always contacting you and you're
Yeah.
always emailing PRs. So that was a natural fit. And then as time went by, I was like, well, I want to be interested in like A&R work. So A&R work in the music industry is basically the people that discover and develop talent,
Yeah.
and also make sure that the artists make the music,
Yeah.
because they're very strict on that.
Yeah, yeah.
We need to make the music,
Yeah.
right? And mostly A&Rs work for labels. So I was like, oh, naturally I should get a job in a label and see what happens. I realized that it's much harder to do because everyone wants to be an A&R.
Yeah.
Everyone at some
It's
point.
true, it's true,
Because
it's
it's the cool job. It's the
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool job. It looks cool. I definitely think now it's definitely one of the hardest jobs, because you're expected to find the real deal.
Yeah, literally.
You're expected to find the hits
JB.
and the superstars.
Yeah.
Right. So things have changed a lot. So again, like it was a period of like 6 to 12 months where I was like figuring out where I fit in, because I'm not from the industry. I don't have anyone that was in the industry really. So I wasn't connected. And also, as you know, you need a lot of connections.
Yeah, you do.
You need a lot of like networks and people that will support you and give you opportunities and that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. So naturally, after a few years of doing that, I was like, okay, I'll end up being a manager. And I was lucky enough to start managing the artist that I first got to work with.
Amazing.
And her name is Berry Galaska.
Mhm.
That's her real name.
Okay.
She's amazing. She's a superstar,
That's so
of
cool.
course. And
Support it.
and now, 5 years later, I would say I'm a manager in the music industry. I would say I'm an independent A&R, because as an A&R, I'm still discovering and developing artists
Yeah.
in an independent way. And I'm very much, I want to mentor and coach and support people who are super, super talented, but maybe don't have the right connections or the right knowledge, or there's a lot of miseducation online. Also, everything is online.
Yeah.
So artists are in a really strong position because they can learn as much as possible online without having to go to university or have an uncle that works in the industry. So I would say I'm a people person. I would say I'm an artist first. So I really, really and truly believe in the well-being of the creatives.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just trying to build my career, man.
That's
just trying to get
amazing, man.
into.
That's really
yeah.
good, because I think in the industry that's what we have a lack of. Like, for example, you were talking about that, like in the like artists now have so many tools that they can learn whatever,
Yeah.
but like we have perks and we have as well bad things as well. Like I remember, all times you could have just a video on YouTube with 12 views.
Yeah.
But if you are good, if you are good and you were a good singer,
Yeah.
the label will invest in you. They will
Sure.
from Canada to America,
Yeah.
and they will do these kind of things. But like
Yeah.
nowadays, the label want you to have a fan base before
Yeah.
you get there.
Yeah.
That I don't see the point. So if I have my
Yeah.
fan base, what do I need you? Well, the
It's
money. We
very-
need the money, but
yeah,
like,
it's very confusing. It's very
Yeah.
confusing. But I also think that people over the last 5 years have, come to the conclusion that somehow it's easy to get
Mhm.
views and to get support and to
yeah,
get
you
fans
can, yeah.
because they see someone down the street getting 1 million views and like, oh my god, I could be an artist too, or I could be this, or I could be that. And it's very complicated, I think, and a lot of people don't really know the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So at least from my perspective, and you probably know as well, so much investment goes into
Yeah,
the artists that are
yeah.
really having an upward trajectory,
Yeah.
right? Maybe at the start of COVID, when TikTok was really, really blowing up, you would have these super viral music stars,
Mhm.
and the music was great as well, and all these different things. But I think now people are trying to do the same thing,
Mhm.
and they're realizing that it's not working.
Yeah.
So, and then what happens? You get depressed because you're like, well, my music isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I know I'm talented. I know I have good music. I work really hard, but social media is not popping.
But do you
And-
think? Sorry.
Yeah.
Like talking about that, do you think like because I'm thinking about that now that you're
Mm.
popping ideas to me in my head, and I'm like the good musicians that we
Mm.
used to have, like Michael Jackson, like what I mean,
Mm.
all these big artists that we don't have the chance now to see them,
Mm.
but like they still living. Like I don't know, like so. Do you think we are building in this kind of like our generations these kind of artists? Because I don't have a
yeah.
feel that that's happening. Like real artists, like
Mm.
those that because they have long how you say longevity, like they are
their
forever.
music lasts forever.
They're
Yeah,
forever.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I
100%.
sing kids singing Michael Jackson Thriller like
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
and I'm like, are we actually building that? Because one problem that we have with internet as well is that this second screen thing that you can be watching a movie and you are just scrolling down. You're giving views to people, but
Crazy.
you are not watching the
Crazy.
content
Yeah.
anyway. So it's so easy to go viral
Mm.
and to start creating a career, but it's so easy as well to be forgotten because right now people just only have a long time to use because there's so much people around. There's so many. Not only that, the cancellation as well,
Yeah.
like sensitivity right now.
People
like,
can come and go in a second.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
like, if Coachella, for example, is happening now, and it's something that freaks me out, and I'm like, Luis, don't have an opinion over it, but I do have it. Every time that
Go
I
on.
see a show, award shows, or I have something, there's something that an artist that they have to apologize about.
Right.
Why?
Mm.
Why?
That's
Why?
interesting.
Why? Even you put art of out. You put art out coming from you, from everything, and all of a sudden you have to apologize about something because some way or somehow you kind of like has, I don't know, you hurt someone.
So, internet culture and our generations, and the fact that everything can be found out about you online,
Yeah.
right? It's created a very toxic environment, right? It can be good sometimes because people, bad shit comes to light more often because people can speak out and use their platform. And so when it's something negative and people can be, it can be expressed that this is not acceptable, right? Or something that happened in the past, it's going to come back to haunt you, right? So we need to protect people. But I also think that we're living in a society where people are looking to find problems and fault in you.
Real.
And so the most negative things, obviously, online is like trolls, people doxing you, people, Twitter, everyone's coming to get you, the fans, the stands, so it's a very scary environment. And I would say, again, that one of my biggest concerns as someone who works in the industry is like how much that can affect your mental health. And I really, really feel strongly that we need to support and protect people.
Yeah.
And sometimes it won't be the best thing to do is like put you on a platform this big. Because if you did get millions of people reacting to you and then the negative comes out, what's that going to happen? What's that going to do to you? So... Yeah, I think the cancel culture and online cultures, they're very tricky.
Do you think we are improving? I mean, cause like let me like for example something
Yeah.
that I speak up a lot. I don't know about you that you work a little that you know more than me. Like I'm not a dad yet. I would love to be because it's one of my
Mm.
dreams. But music or any type of industry like me in the entertainment industry is still a job.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about kids working in the industry or younger kids? Like for example, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example. For me, I'm against that.
Mhm.
Like for me, it's a job. For me, if
Mhm.
my kid cannot work in a restaurant until he is 16 or 17 years old, I don't want my kid to be on a stage until 16 or 17.
Right.
I
Mhm.
will love if he like it. Yeah, let's go and do classes. Prepare yourself for that.
Sure.
Like you want to,
Sure.
I will take you seriously, and I'm like, yeah. So you're gonna go
Mhm.
to classes. You want an curricular time, and you want to go and be on a stage in the weekend and do the thing as a hobby. Fair enough, but I don't want my kid to be in a contract when he's
Mm.
13 when he doesn't know anything about it. For him it's just like a game, but all the people are making money of that game.
Yeah.
So and it's not my decision because a 16-year-old 14 I mean sorry 14 13 or even the kid that they are like Matilda for example. I went to the musical.
Yeah.
It was shocking. It
Yeah.
was shocking, beautiful. Don't take me wrong. It was
Mm.
shocking. But for me, my whole time watching Matilda the musical, for me, I was just thinking about like, did this kid just came from school?
Yeah.
Like all these that they are doing. I work in this industry, and I'm like, I done these kind of things. This is hard as hell.
That's the
Like,
childhood. That's their childhood is working.
and not
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
that, think about all of the I'm a Disney Channel boy.
Mm.
All the Disney Channel stars, they have something to say, and they are always like, "Oh, I have to carry with my family," or "Oh, I have this horrible experience. I didn't grow up. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to this and that." So, is the industry a right place for a kid, and why are we allowing
Yeah.
that to happen if
Yeah,
the
yeah.
kid cannot work in a restaurant?
Well, there's two things because now, again, going back to social media,
Mhm.
is that most children can be on social media in some way,
Yeah.
right? So that's one problem, and then the other problem is, yeah, what happens if you're a very talented child, and your parents are not the most educated or don't have the infrastructure around them
Mhm.
to really support that child
Yeah.
growing? Because again, there's children who are talented at sports. There's children that are talented at art. There's
Mhm.
children that are talented academically.
Yeah.
Some children, some young people go to university at 16
I know.
or
Yeah,
17
yeah.
or whatever. So like, there's all these different layers to it. I mean, again, naturally in the music industry, there should be procedures in place to protect children always, and people with disabilities, and again, women, LGBTQIA, people of color. Everyone has different privileges and barriers to accessibility, but with young people and children, there is an added responsibility
Mhm.
because the things that happen when you're younger tend to affect you for life, right? So, and we've seen Justin Bieber, for example. So
My
again,
biggest,
prime
my
example,
boyfriend.
incredibly talented young person, 12, 13, he was probably blowing up. Baby was coming out. He was dancing with Usher.
Every year a tour. That's one of the artists that he has. I remember in my
Yeah.
growing up, like he has every year a tour. Like this, he was a kid. Like he's just older than me, like a year, I think, or something like that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's no easy answer. All I would say, anyone who works with a child or a young person in the industry has a very high responsibility,
Yeah.
and we should have training and procedures and policies and protections in place to make sure that the things that have happened in the past are not happening.
Yeah.
Right. So I take that very seriously. I definitely, when I speak to people online, and you see someone making a song, they're playing the guitar on TikTok. You don't know how old they are.
Yeah.
They could be 16. They
Yeah.
could be 14.
Yeah.
Right. They could be 30. That's
Yeah.
fine. 25, 21. But at some point, you have to ask, just to make sure, if I'm going to put you on stage, if I'm going to offer you an opportunity, are you over 18? We need to make sure of these things. Are you going to be in a bar performing? That wouldn't be okay.
Yeah.
Are your family involved?
That's what I'm thinking.
You have people that are sending, these young people DMs. Oh, I work for this label. Come for a coffee, or let me offer you a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we have there? Like,
Yeah.
we do have young people and their parents signing record deals and stuff without proper legal representation and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. So, yeah.
For me, it's just a tricky thing because I was with my mom. I was watching like a TikTok or something. No, it was something. We were in Colombia, I think, and it was this little kid.
Mm.
Like, it was in a shop. He was selling me something in the shop, and I look at him and I was like, "Hi," and the kid was there, like actually, like, in the shop, and I was like, "Is anyone there?" And he was like, "I'm here." And I was like, "What do you like?" And I was like, "Are you selling?" He was like, "Yeah, my dad. Like, it's our business." And I was
Yeah.
like, "How old are you?" Like, the guy was like 10, like,
Oh
let's
my
say.
gosh. Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Oh my God." She was like, "I feel like I left too long in Europe." And I was like, "Mom, you know what?" And I was like, just think that this is a movie. You know what I mean? Think about, like, why do you watch the TV and see kids doing all the things that you don't feel the same way?
Mm.
That's where I get so annoyed, because working music is a work, it's a job, it should be treated like job. That's
Mhm.
why I'm so tired. People is like, how long is it gonna take for you just to get over with music? It's not a hobby, it's a job, and it's a lot of
Mm.
money going on in that industry. So why we don't treat music like other business? I know that to storytellers, like movie stars and everything, you need kids as well to portray, so kids
Yeah.
can relate to that, because it's all about selling.
Sure.
But I don't feel a kid should be there. I'm
Mm.
so sorry. I don't feel perceivable, because it's not the kid saying I want to. Because a kid can want to have a whiskey. Are you gonna give it the fucking whiskey to the
Yeah,
kid?
they can have a Lamborghini.
No.
No. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm so sorry, but
Mm.
the choices that you make to your kid when they are kids is for you to help them to shape the decisions they're gonna take for
Mm.
themselves in the future.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna take any decision upon my kid, like things like that, work wise, any kind of decision. I will support them in the way that I can, because, but I will, like, I'm a person that I'm like, I don't want to take decisions like that kind of decisions, because
Yeah.
my kid can tell me I want this, and I'm like, okay, you want this, let's prepare for that.
Yeah.
When you have 16, 17, 18,
Yeah.
you will be the one that you're gonna say I want this. You will sign the contract on your name with your handwritten, but like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sign that for you.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the kind of the mentality I have.
Well, as you grow older, you realize that actions have consequences,
Real.
and you also need time to think about things.
Yeah.
Because if we all did the first thing that came to our minds,
Mm-hmm.
we'd all be in space, or we'd all be like, we'd be footballers, or we'd be this, or we'd be that. Like,
Or actor.
I definitely wanted to be some kind of like science
Is it?
experiment person when I was young.
Yeah.
And then I did science at school, and I was like, this is terrible.
Yeah.
And I was terrible.
Yeah.
Math, science, whatever, chemistry, terrible.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this.
I always wanted to be a Hannah Montana.
You kind of are.
Yeah.
You kind of are.
Living the
We
it's
are.
true. I am.
Creatives
We
are
get
very
the
Hannah
best.
Montana.
Yes, yes, the best compliment ever. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Now thinking about it, I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, what do I actually want it to be?
Mm.
Happy.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to be happy. No, an architect.
Mm.
But it was hard though. I was like, it's not.
Why did you want to be an architect? What was the thing?
Because I feel like the way of like aesthetic of the house. I wanted to build the houses. I wanted to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
my dream is
Build
to
your dream
build
house.
my own house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want that.
Mm.
But at the end, I was like, you know what? That's not for me. You need to draw and everything. I'm like, hell no, I'm not drawing.
I mean,
I'm singing. But yeah. Anyway, another thing I want to ask you about mobile works. No,
Mhm.
like you
Yeah,
were.
yeah, yeah.
Tell me more.
I was at the Mobos.
That's crazy.
a
How
few
the
weeks
opportunity
ago.
came to you?
You know what? I just think I'm one of the luckiest people.
Oh,
One of the luckiest people in the world.
you're bringing so much positivity to life.
I,
right now.
I'm trying.
That's
I'm
so-
trying very hard. I'm
Gratitude.
trying
That's
very
what we
hard.
need.
Gratitude
Amazing.
always.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't go to the Mobos with an artist team.
Mhm.
So I always said to myself early on, I don't want to ideally go to an award show without being there for work,
Yeah.
right? Because music is work.
Yeah, it is indeed. Well done.
Working in the industry, like we want to support the talent and the creatives
Mhm.
to be recognized.
Mhm.
And if I can be there with you because I actually contributed, amazing. But this time it was a very different thing. So this is my first Mobos, and I didn't expect to be going. In fact, a good friend of mine 6 months ago said, "You're going to be there at the Mobos," and I didn't believe her. Sarah, if you're listening,
Oh,
love you.
That's
She was
amazing.
like, "You need to book your hotel in Manchester," and I was like, "But I don't have a ticket though." Right? And she was like, "Yeah, but you have to. You're going to be going." What happened was, I'm very lucky and privileged to have been nominated to be on the voting panel for Mobos.
That's amazing.
So I was able to vote for the awards that just happened, right? But that wasn't a guarantee
That you
to
were
get to the
attending.
awards, because there's so
Right.
many people
Yeah.
on the academy now. You know, they can't just give everyone a free ticket.
Yeah.
That just wouldn't be sustainable. It's a business, right? As well as being like 30 years of celebrating music
Mhm.
of black origin, you know, artists, you know, making incredible music in the UK,
Fair.
black artists,
Mhm.
right? It was always a dream to be at the Mobos because a lot of the genres that I work in are music of black origin, right? But I entered a competition. So I saw the email, win 2 tickets for the Mobos, and I was like, I'm gonna sign up,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and I ended up winning the 2
That
tickets.
is lucky.
So you know,
Lucky
it
move.
wasn't. I was up in the stands. It's an arena
Yeah.
in Manchester. Like it's a
Yeah.
big thing, and I was up there at the top, and I was watching everything
Oh,
happening.
That's so
It was
sick.
amazing. It was
That's so
amazing.
sick.
I'm really happy for Olivia Dean. You know, I'm
So
happy
gorgeous.
for Jim Legacy. You know,
I
I'm
love
happy
Olivia.
for Flo. Like, there's so many incredible artists that have
Mhm.
been building their careers over the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a special moment, and I felt really proud.
Yeah.
You know,
Feel like me.
I was all dressed up. I was in a suit.
Oh my god.
But
that's so cool.
I will say, me and my friend Corey, who came up with me, you know, we were trying to get into an after party.
Okay.
That was the main thing,
And you
because
do?
it's not enough just to go to the most important awards show of the year, in
Yeah.
my
You
opinion.
need connections.
It's you need to network.
Yeah, of course.
You need to network.
Yeah.
And I used to hate the term networking
Mhm.
because it's such a wanker thing to say. You're like, oh, I network. In the music industry, you have to network for everything.
Yeah.
And if you're good at it,
It works.
people will respect and it'll work.
It works.
If you're bad at it, people will not want to
Who's
talk
this
to
G
you.
here?
They'll be like, this guy is not the one. I don't want to talk to you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like to Corey, well, we're here now. We've traveled all the way from London. You know, he was staying at a friend's house. I was staying in a hotel, cheap,
Yeah.
basic budget.
No, you in the marble.
I wasn't at the.
Getting the line back to the
I wasn't at the
Mobos.
artist. Yeah.
Let's go in the line back
No,
to
no,
the
yeah.
Mobos.
I was next year I'll be the VIP, but no, this year I just came up there. But I was like, I need to meet people.
Yeah.
I need to be around people that are doing the things that I want to do in
Yeah.
the future, right? So we stayed out till like the Mobos. The ceremony ended, and I was like, okay, let's start talking to people, because we were very far away from the
Yeah.
VIPs. The VIPs are at the tables down there, and we're up here. So how are we going to get to them? So we kind of looked around all the exits, all the entrances. We're like, where's the after party? Where's the after party? Over the 2 weeks before the Mobos, I was messaging everyone. Is anyone going? Is anyone going? After party, Mobos, da, 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 da. So like, you know, I had to do the work. Anyway, we didn't get in anywhere. We didn't get anywhere. We spoke to some lovely, amazing people like Koji Radical,
Yeah.
Nico Amilala, like people that, you know, they were being nominated. They were there with the VIPs. But I think, you know, the after party is a very sacred thing.
Yeah, they are.
And
yeah.
they were very tightly security wise. So, you know, it was a good experience. I loved it. But yeah, I was like, damn, I didn't
You
get
see,
in.
I'm learning that from you. Like,
You know,
I-
there's a lot of lessons.
you know
There's
how
a
many-
lot of lessons.
you know
And
how
I'll
many-
tell you stories.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing with me. Like, I'm learning now to, like, what you say, networking. You know what I mean? Because, like, for me, I'm a really open person. I love to talk, but I don't. When I'm talking to people, I don't realize I'm networking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I have like an event like
Everything.
last week, and I met so many people, and everyone was like, "Oh, let's do this, let's do that." And I was like, "Oh, actually, yes, let's do it." But I didn't realize when I finished it. My friend was like, one of the person I met. He was like, "It was a really networking event," and I was like, "Was it? Like, networking?" I was like, "I was just chilling, brother."
Yeah.
But like, yeah, because
Yeah, naturally.
it happened
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me that I'm a person that I have this personality where I'm explosive and I like to be seen and I like to talk to people. I like people to feel comfortable. That I use so much energy, and I've been invited to like VIP things later, like, oh, let's go this after party, and I'm like, no, I prefer to go home. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
later I'm like, oh, why I didn't do it? You know, the opportunity.
I mean, it's too much though, because you get FOMO.
yeah,
But you'll get burnt out.
yeah,
You know, there is something happening
Yeah.
multiple times a day, every night in any of the industries,
Yeah.
in cinema, TV, music,
yeah,
reality, you know, radio, acting, you know, all of these industries, because they're entertainment based, they rely so heavily on sociable, outgoing, extroverted people.
Yeah.
And then you add alcohol and drugs, and then everything kicks off.
Horrible.
Right? It can be really dark and can be really difficult. So I definitely feel for people that are trying to get into the industry, and after they've done like 10 parties in a row, they're like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And because you won't realize, because a networking thing isn't something that just happens.
Yeah.
You don't just, maybe you meet someone tomorrow and then they come on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's a pretty quick outcome for networking. Maybe, someone who is looking for models, and they're like, oh my God, I love your look. I'll get you on a photo shoot tomorrow. Cool. That's amazing. But in my experience, networking takes so much longer to actually have an outcome. That's what people, I was never told that. No one told me, PJ, it will take you 5 years to really gain something from networking. That's how I feel now. And that's why I said at the beginning, I feel like things are now happening because I've built up a reputation and I've built a name for myself in some way. So whenever I go to networking now, I'll just think, who do I really, really like enjoy being around?
Yeah.
What's the conversation like? What's the vibe, the energy? And at the end of the day, if we stay in contact a year or two later, something will happen.
We'll make it.
You're not supposed to work with everyone, and you're not supposed to be friends with everyone. So you can't force a relationship that doesn't happen organically. So that's why I would say to anyone who is worried about networking, any artists who are like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to these events. They're draining, everyone's drunk, like I don't really get anything from them. That's okay.
Yeah.
You actually don't have, because networking can happen online as well.
Yeah.
You can send people emails, you can introduce yourself, send people DMs, support them, comment on their content, their music, their whatever they're doing. That's networking as well. It's about people recognizing your name and then seeing something in you and then realizing there's a value exchange. So yeah.
Yeah, because even in that event that I went last week, I was telling you, it was the first time I met like an influencer. She have like 100K followers, really good, and she was so shy, and I was looking at her, and she was like, I actually have like social anxiety. And I was like, so you do this for a living? Because it's her full-time job. No, that you do this for a living, and you come to the struggle. And she was like, yeah, literally, I was thinking to leave as soon as I walked in. I was like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? She felt like she had to be there, but she at the end she had fun with me. Like she was like really nice. But yeah, I feel like I'm made for this. I liked because when I go into a room, I'm not looking at people's intentions. When I'm going to a room, I feel the space. I feel like. Because I realized that so much people have expectations when you walk into a room. You see someone and you are like, your insecurities show up and you are like, that is judging me, this, that. I don't have that. I walk in a room and
you're not self-conscious.
I'm just like, I love your dress. Or I see this person and I'm like, why do you feel like you're tired? Like, what's going on? Or I really want to know. Like,
you have a few skills here because you have less self-awareness than some people. You actually have no shame,
I don't.
which is great, which is a very good thing.
Thank you sometimes.
And you should never have shame.
Thank you.
Unless you do something shitty, in which case we will shame you.
Yeah. Shame on you, you bitch.
And just lead with positivity. But the thing is, like, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. But if you're feeling it, just go.
Yeah.
And when you compliment people and it's genuine,
real,
it's so easy. It's so easy. So really and truly, like you're going to receive what you give. And so sometimes I've actually gone to some events sometimes and I've arrived and 5-10 minutes and I just leave.
Are you an introverted or extrovert?
That's the thing that people always talk about. It's like, because again, like you said to the person before, just to go on a tangent, the 100K follower person who has social anxiety, they're probably introverted, right? They probably get drained very quickly from being social. They can do things to camera, they can do things online, but in person it's very different. So for me, I think I need to be social, but I can also be by myself a lot of the time. We talk about this, So I think you just have to know your warning signs. That comes with time and experience. You can't force something because it's going to come across as bad. So the worst thing that could happen to me is like someone meets me and they're like, oh, his energy was off,
Isn't
or oh, he seemed like he was bored, or why is he so? Do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't. I always want to give people like a really great feeling, a great
Same.
experience, and like it's people pleasing as well. You know,
Sounds
sometimes
sexual, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I got it.
you know, we want people to feel good.
Yeah.
You know, we care what people think of us. That's
true.
okay to admit. But at the same
Yeah.
time, you have to be like, you know, I don't need to be here. It's not essential. There'll be other events. There'll be
Yeah.
other things.
I fight like my head, like in my head with that, because for me, I feel like like we all born the same way, we all think the same way, but for me, I think like we all have these intrusive thoughts in your head. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, and I'm fighting with them because I'm like, be a good human being. Not
Yeah.
only that, for me, one of the things that I'm scared having a little brother, having a younger brother, is that you don't know what this person is going through. You don't know anything. You can kill someone just with your attitude, because that person can be in the last minute in life that need
Yeah.
hope, and you
Yeah.
can just say something that puts someone,
Yeah.
and like your actions
Can
like
have
have
an impact.
consequences over
Yeah.
all the people
Yeah,
24/7, and any stupid actions that you can do that can be like get really dramatically in a bad way can affect someone really badly.
Yeah.
So for me, when I'm like, because I've seen someone come to me and he was like, why you are so nice, you know, like they don't believe that I was that nice, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm actually like this, like I literally am like this, I'm being honest with you. Like I don't have any perception of you before consider, you know what I mean? I just want to get to know you, and I just, because I'm a person that I'm always like, hi, how are you? After second question, how is your mental health?
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
get used to that, because one thing,
Oof, that is a
what
question,
I mean?
man. That is a question. People don't want to talk
Exactly.
about things,
And-
and they're not used to. They're not comfortable.
Yeah.
And they see you. They see a man. They see a confident man. They're like, oh my god, like, you know, why are you asking me these questions? It's too personal. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But then you also have to be aware that people are gonna give you a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're very empathetic.
Yeah.
People are going to share a lot with you.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. We need to care about other people, and we
course.
need to be mindful,
Yeah.
but we also need to be caring about ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I know from speaking with you and interacting with you, I know how much you give to people.
Thank you.
But it's like I then see you and
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's okay.
I know.
You don't
I
have to
know.
save
I
everyone.
know,
We
I
cannot
know.
save everyone.
I know what you mean.
But
yeah.
you know, when you were saying that, I thought yesterday I was on the tube and I saw a woman crying, and I was like, man, everyone is going through something.
Of course we are.
Everyone's going through something. So be kind. Be kind, everyone.
That's the meaning. Just be kind. Literally, because it doesn't cost anything. It's like when like workplace and all these kind of things. I'm a person that you see me so positive. Like when I was
Yeah.
working in a bar, when I was working everything, I'm a person that I'm always there and I'm so positive. Even
Yeah.
though I have the worst time of my life, maybe at home something happened,
Yeah.
and I go there and I'm like, yeah, guys, how is everything? You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
can have that in the back of my mind, like, I don't know, can be someone about to die, can be someone so sad, like, can I go through something? And I just go there and I'm trying to don't bring that to the people that is around me,
Yeah.
because I don't feel that's fair on them,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing about when someone come to you and you are like, I was talking with Patrick today about that, and I was like, one thing that I hate a lot, but this is my personal opinion, I hate a lot, is when you see something a little bit upset, and if someone come to you who's like, are you okay? I feel like that's the
Yeah.
needle.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
because that's gonna make me break.
Yeah.
Like, I look like I'm okay. No, so you ask me, I know. Like, you make me understand I'm not okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And people can see through you
Uh-huh.
more often than you think. Some people are very good at pretending and masking and like
Yeah.
putting on like a, you know, presentation that everything's okay. But when someone really gets it and
Yeah.
they're like, actually, I see something in you. And again, it's because they do that as well. So I will see that, you know, because I've worked with so many people over the years that have been going through serious issues.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can tell something's not right.
Yeah.
I can sense it. I can feel it. Something that you said something, or you're acting a certain way, or it just doesn't seem right. And so I think that's something that we really need as a society is more empathy,
Oh, but that's impossible.
more patience,
It's
more
so
understanding. People just everyone just seems like they just don't have time.
Yeah.
We're lonelier as a society. We're always online. I feel like we're gonna talk about social media and being online a lot because it's something we're very passionate about, both of us. And so this platform, the Mind Corner, where you're speaking to genuine people about all kinds of things, creative people, but that also go through their own struggles. And I think, again, that's something so powerful about you
Thank
and
you.
your platform.
Thank you so much.
It's because you empower people to really share something.
Get to talk.
And every episode will change someone's life. It can impact someone.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah, I'm just here to give you your flowers.
Thank you.
Take the flowers.
Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you so much for the love in the project. Like, honestly, because that's actually the whole meaning of the show. The whole meaning of the show is because I got to the point where people was telling me you are a people's person, and at the beginning I didn't like that. Tell you why? Because I was affecting as well my dating life. Like, for example, it was getting to the point where I felt that I was being used emotionally by people because they didn't want to risk it, because they didn't want to lose me. So in one way, they want something from me, but they don't want to fight for me, and that would start creating insecurities in my head of being like, because after so many relationships, not so many, but like relationships, I have this pattern of having this conversation of like getting to the point where like I really love you so much that I don't want to lose you, so I want to keep you as a friend. So I'm like, what is this? A way of like closing something but leaving it open. So you want from me something that you don't want to lose because you don't want to risk something.
But what about you?
Exactly.
But what about
that's
you?
the main thing. It
has to be an exchange. You do have to get something from someone. Every relationship has to give and take. Right? And again, going back to the music industry, so many people want something from you.
Oh my God.
And you and other people, and you want something from them. Like we always hear these stories about the young artist who wants to make it big. They're emailing the CEO. They're saying, sign me. They're commenting desperately, listen to my song, please, please. That's not a good position to be in, right? It's a very disempowering position. If you feel constantly that one person is going to change your whole life and make all your dreams come true, it's not going to happen that way. And so when you're talented and when you have a talent, a skill that people want, you'll get those requests. And also, when you have a level of success and fame, you can't trust why people are approaching you.
It's so complicated.
I don't know how. I never want to be famous. I never want to be in a position where I cannot go on the bus. That's my test. That's my test for fame, right? If I can't go on the bus and live my life, if people are sitting next to me, they're like, if someone sits next to me on the train and they're like, "Hey, PJ, how you doing? Can you help me?" I'm like, no.
I think like I never been like
it's not good.
I never been crazy.
Not that I don't want to help people, but I don't want to be constantly approached for people asking me for things. That wouldn't be normal.
I never been crazy on that level. I got close to one experience that I had that, and I kind of like didn't enjoy it though. But my thing is like for example, talking about privacy, do you feel like people like artists right now, they don't have privacy, and people is excusing that as is their job? What do you think about that?
The authenticity, I call it the authenticity trend, right? And this is not me saying negative things about people who want to share and be genuine and authentic online. That's not what it is at all. It's the belief that you have to share your life and your personal things because that's the only way to succeed.
Oh, I know what I mean,
Right? So there's a difference between sending a video to your family or friends. Hey, this is what I did. I went traveling and this is my life, right? That's completely different from, going outside of your house, going on Instagram Live and saying, hey guys, I've just left my street on Fletcher Road, 123. I'm going to get the 71 bus to King's Cross and, find me in the park. No.
Yeah.
You're putting out personal details
Yeah.
to the internet where anything can happen, anyone can see that. We're not being mindful of our surroundings, our safety, our privacy. You know, similarly to like, hey, this is my new boyfriend. I'm so happy. Like, oh my God, I love him forever. 2 weeks later, shit hits the fan.
Okay, where is Juan?
You know,
Juan is gone.
shit hits the Juan. Like, Juan is gone. Or people are messaging me saying, oh, he's so ugly. I'm like, oh my God, that's my husband, right? That's my significant other. That's my, you know,
Or the kids.
or the children. Oh, not the
We
children.
got that. Yeah.
Anyway,
Why?
so going back to the authenticity trend, I want to tell every artist and every creative listening right now, you do not have to share anything online that you do not feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah, I don't have those issues, but I get you.
You don't have to record everything. You don't have to post everything.
Yeah.
In fact, it can do the opposite of what you want.
Mhm.
What you're trying to do online is build an audience or a fan base
Yeah.
that will support you and like you for
Your work.
the work.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You don't want to create a fake friendship, dependency, parasocial relationship online where people are saying, "Oh my God, hey, I saw you at the park, and you know, I really like that red dress you were wearing." No, that's not okay. That's not normal. They're not your friends. You know, so it can be very dodgy
Yeah.
when I see artists kind of using those methods. I
Methods,
don't think a lot of people are realizing what they're doing, but
Yeah.
I know for a fact that labels and big companies in music who sign and manage the talent and the artists and the creatives, a lot of them are using these
kind
plans.
of yeah.
And again, we have very young people and they're being told, buy my 12 vinyls, buy these t-shirts, buy my £600 ticket.
Yeah.
You know, oh, if you love me, you'll support me. No.
Literally.
So anyway, that's what I'll say is
yeah,
that
really.
I don't want artists to feel that because everyone on the internet is telling them. So we have this problem right now where everyone's an expert, right? Even people will look at me as an expert. I'm not an expert.
I got it.
Right? People will tell you, you need to post 3 times a day. You need to do day in the life. You need to do vlogging. Come get ready with me.
Yeah.
Why am I seeing someone's, you know, they're putting their trousers on?
Depending who, I love it.
I love whoever, if I follow anyone who's putting their trousers
I
on.
love it and liked it.
But hey,
Yeah, I know
people
what
need to
you
pay
mean.
for that.
I know. Yeah, real.
Why am I on Instagram and I'm seeing, you know, you're trying on different outfits, but then you're actually changing in front of the camera?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm kind of like, where are we heading?
Well.
So I just want people to be safe.
Yeah.
I want people to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But I think that it's a big lie in the industry that is telling artists that you need to share everything, post everything. You know, they're gonna love you because of who you are. No, if you want to be known for your music and your work, you should post your work.
Yeah.
Send it to people, put it out there, release it. Definitely don't hide it. Don't hide your creativity.
If not go to reality TV.
Right.
Already made on.
We're training people to be influencers
Yeah.
before artists or creatives.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can go down either way, but be smart about it.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I share everything though. I share literally everything.
That's okay.
But like
I
no one
support
no
you.
one told me how to do it. Like I'm like just like literally if someone come to me, I'm like, yeah. Like do you know why you just told me that? And I feel like yes, you're right. Because I went to Dominican Republic, with like someone. I went to Dominican Republic and all of a sudden, like I make a video where you see the location of the hotel, and all of a sudden I make a video coming into the room. So not only that, one of my best friend was like, "Do you know what you just done?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "People can actually like you are in a different country. People can actually like get to you. Like you need to be careful. They know exactly your location. Where are you? You are in a country that no one's know. If someone hates you, it's so easy to do something to you right now."
Yeah.
And I was like, don't tell me that. And it's
Well,
true.
Instagram has your location.
Yeah.
Snapchat has your location.
Yeah.
All these platforms have your location, right? find my friends can be really useful and good in the right way.
I have my friends. We have
Exactly.
each other. Yeah.
But when people can hack into your location and find out where you are, and I don't want people to think, well, I'm not famous, so I'm not worried.
Yeah.
No, there are people who are not well online who become attached. Unfortunately, they need support, they need help.
It's like a CCTV camera situation that happened.
Exactly. Exactly.
I kind of enjoy it.
So no, like I would say definitely like don't ever post anything personal online because it can be used against you. You know, and for the best of in the best of circumstances, you're sharing a story that's happened to you because you want to share awareness. You want to help people. Like I've been through this. I don't want you to feel alone.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's and people will appreciate that.
Yeah.
But you need to do it in a way that's gonna be healthy and boundaried and not go over the top. So, and again, you shouldn't have to feel that you have to share everything, or even if it's an inspirational story, save it for the book. In entertainment, you have to be very careful who you're telling things to. Like that's such a big thing. It's like,
You're
again,
me out.
you know, no, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah.
But like, it's a big lesson for everyone. It's like, not everyone should know everything.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be telling everyone other people's business.
Yeah, real.
Right. And so what we have in this country, in this industry, is this culture of like privacy, confidentiality, NDAs, like things that are happening.
I'm learning.
Like, you know, but everyone's learning.
No, I'm talking about even at the industry as well.
Yeah,
I'm learning because
yeah.
I get invited to all these events and
embargo.
that was the thing I was trying. That was the thing I was talking about. Like literally, I was like, I went to see a movie and because it's coming in July, and all of a sudden, the guy was talking about embargo, and he was like, "Yeah, you guys can know whatever." I was too busy, and I was like, "Whatever, I'll get out of the movie theater." And in my head, I was like, "So now what I have to do? Can I talk about it or no?"
Right.
In my head. Thank you, guy. I got home, I opened my email, and it was a reminder, embargo finishing and this day. And I was like, thank you, God. I was like, why am I going to talk about it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, when you go into offices like Google, Tech, Amazon, whatever, like these companies, YouTube, you know, big labels, a lot of them will ask you to sign something at the start before you go in. Yeah. It could be a meeting about anything. You have to sign an NDA. You have to say.
There's always TV
read through that stuff. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, everyone needs to read. We need to learn to read again because we're struggling right now with our attention. Yeah. But don't just sign anything. Yeah. No, I know.
I've been in everything that you're talking. I already been there. So yeah.
This is a lesson for everyone, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's totally true. Like, all my struggles has come from those all things that you talk about. Like, my first contract's 5 years. It was 6 years. Italy, everything went really wrong. Everything went so bad. Yeah. So, yeah, that's right. We need to be careful. I'm learning, though.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like if I become really famous, it will take me like a week to be back. to be back
from cancelled.
So
you're gonna get cancelled every week, and then you come back. You'll come back.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
It's funny.
I just feel that privacy is something like it's something that people need to value, even though I don't have value over privacy. I don't care about it because it's like, for me, it's like secrets. I feel like secrets is a way of being scared, living your life of being scared of people finding out all this shit. If the thing is out, you're not gonna get to the place. But what's the point of getting to that place and after they're gonna find out and you're gonna go back and go through live that? So that's why I do not deal with secrets. I do not deal. It's different in secrets from privacy. Let's be honest. But
other people's secrets.
Yeah, that's a different.
No, but you're an open book.
Yeah, I am.
Right?
I am, and this is a way of living. But I told you that has everything that you said. That has been struggle. Yeah, being an open book, as you say, like labels use it. They tell you how to do it, to sell or to do this. That's a different thing. Like, for example, for me, that's the way of living. I cannot hold it. Like, I don't like that. Like, living with the fact of like for example, nowadays, like movie stars that they are gay and they just living their life like they're straight and all these kind of things.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I cannot do that. Crazy. I cannot do that. Just that will classify as privacy because you wouldn't give a fuck about what the person is doing. but when everything come out, they lose contract. There's this
Yeah.
and that. Fans are like, why? Like you just lied to us.
Yeah.
So I don't. That's
Well,
not gonna happen to me.
you know, I think people choosing to, well, some things you can't hide, right? And so you're facing prejudice and bias, discrimination on a
Yeah.
daily basis because of how you look or how you present or
Yeah.
how you sound or your accent, everything, where you're from. Those things you cannot hide, and then there's things in your identity and your feelings that people are constantly hiding, and that's terrible. That's the fact that we live in a society that doesn't accept certain things, identity, sexuality, even talking about mental health, even
Yeah.
talking about things like that, or traumas as well. Like all of these things, we just have to be better. We just have to be better, and again, we need to work towards industry that is accepting and inclusive.
Yeah, but for that you
Right.
need to put up there. You need to be part of the
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
It's like for me, like that's what I'm saying. When I'm really open and I used to be the person that I'm like, why do you have to come into a room and say I'm gay? I understand now. You don't have to. It's my choice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like first of all, I don't know why. Like I go into choice and I have to make a comment where people understand that I'm gay. So so whoever is gonna feel uncomfortable have to leave after that comment.
Right.
That's for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna stop being myself.
No.
So that's what I learned in life. I will never change anything of myself just to feel comfortable or just to fit in a place because
Yeah.
it's not a place for me. That's it.
No. If you have to fit yourself into a box, it's never.
Oh
gonna come.
hell no.
You don't have to make yourself palatable. You don't have to, like code switch. You don't need to dress a certain way. You don't have to. You shouldn't have to do all those things
Yeah.
in order to be accepted.
Yeah.
But again, we know we live in an imperfect world. So again, as someone who is trying to be an ally, to all people, so we just have to do better.
Yeah, we just need to work in it.
And believe people when they tell you that something happened or they had a bad experience, and just say, how can I help?
Real. Real.
That's all it is.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it meant to be. To be honest, yeah. And talking about music, what do you think is not working or is working in the industry right now? Music, from your point of view, artist, because I see that you
Wow.
share a lot of thoughts, a lot of things. So I want to share it here. What do you feel
What is working or not working
in the industry in the UK, for example?
Well, look, there's so many sections of the music industry.
Yeah.
Every part of the industry, from labels to distribution to publishing to tech to independent to signed to video to sound to studio to live music, every single section of the industry is broken in some way.
Yeah.
And you can go deeper, but we'll just stick to the music, right?
Yeah.
Live music, small venues are suffering. They're closing.
Yeah.
Small artists, they can't sell tickets. They can't put on shows most of the time. The money's not flowing to the grassroots industry. That's what they call it, right? The independent grassroots emerging scenes. That's not where the money is, right? The money's at the top. So, for example, we talk about monopolies in the industry. We talk about big companies that own multiple other companies. We talk about major labels. Major labels are constantly buying other labels.
Yeah, they do that.
And they buy technology, they buy buildings, they buy venues, they buy all sorts of things. So the things that aren't working is just all of the structure that is feeding a bigger machine and the bigger industry that extracts creativity from the talent, from the artist, and isn't putting it back into the ecosystem. So just recently, in the last month or two, there was a UK music report about how music of black origin, black music in this country, was responsible for 80% of the music income.
Yeah.
Right? Look that up. Everyone Google UK music, black music on black, report on black music, UK. It's incredible, right? And so, but then I'd speak to people on the grassroots level, or even most people in the industry. They're like, well, where's the development? Where's the investment? Because that money that's going into the industry from black music and from black talent and artists is not going back into them. So that's a really big question about inequality in music, in the sense of who's profiting from the hard work of the creatives and of the executives. So that's one thing. What's working, I would say, on a more positive note, is the fact that there are more opportunities and more avenues for people to be creative. I do believe that in some ways. There's schools, there's universities, there's colleges, there's groups, there's, in your own community, there might be a theatre, there might be a venue, there might be a group, like a music group, that you can join. So there are things that are happening, and people are forming collectives, and people are forming, community groups where they support each other. So that's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Especially in UK rap, R&B, soul, the music that I'm mostly invested in and trying to support, we see amazing examples of groups and collectives and platforms that are helping the next generation. People like I Love Live, UD, Creating Vision, platforms like Rhythm in Britain, Neo Music Group, Soul Surge, Blues Project. There's so many amazing platforms who are spotlighting new, independent, emerging artists. So that's what I love. I'm here for them. And I've been lucky enough to work with Limitless Live as well, more recently. Limitless Live do the biggest free live music showcase in the UK at the Roundhouse every year. 3rd of May.
Roundhouse, Camden Town.
Roundhouse.
Oh, okay, I've been there.
Yeah, Camden. They have Sasha Keeble headlining. They have Kari and they have Olympia Vitalis. So they're putting on a free music showcase for like 3,000 people. Young people all across the UK are coming down to the Roundhouse and they're watching their first live music show. So that's what I love. I love people doing incredible things. So yeah, I think there's a lot of great things happening in music, but we cannot lose sight of the big inequalities.
Got it.
So that's what I would say.
That's amazing. Yeah. For example, you are you looking for talents and you always searching and always learning. What does an artist have to have for you? Like, because one thing is what you like as personal, and what another thing is to when you see an artist and you are like, this is what it has to sell.
Yeah.
So,
I can look at it from a few different perspectives.
Okay.
Right? Because after 5 years in the industry, I can trust my taste and I can trust my gut.
Yeah.
And I've seen things that have become successful and things that haven't become successful. And you have to view an artist's career over a long period of time.
Of course.
Always. You were talking about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
We can talk about Beyonce.
Yeah.
We can talk about Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
We can talk about Taylor Swift. People who have 20 plus year careers, right? And that's longevity. Yeah. But most of the time nowadays, an artist might have a really short career or they've only been around for a few years. Yeah. So for me, I'm looking fundamentally for a person who is thinking long term. Because if you're building a house, you have to know what stages, what ingredients, what things you need, the materials you need to really build something that's going to be stable and last for a long time, right? I think that a lot of people are looking at music as a way of getting into entertainment, and that can be fine. That can be good as well. You could be a YouTuber that does music. You could be a musician that then ends up being a YouTuber. Yeah. We can do all sorts of things. Producers who become artists, artists who become producers, songwriters who become artists, and exactly. Her. Amazing. She's one of my favorite songwriters. Julia Michaels, shout out you. So, I think for me, someone who's thinking long term, but also you need to have the education and the knowledge and the experience to then think long term. Yeah. Someone who's decided tomorrow, I want to be an artist, they're not going to be thinking like that. They're going to be thinking, I just want to make music and dance and sing on stage, right? So most people are talented, but they don't have the right strategy and they don't have the right opportunities or support, So I get it that most people are kind of like, where am I with this? Like, because putting a song out is quite easy. Yeah. It doesn't have to cost you a thing. Yeah. We'll talk about AI maybe later on, but, for me, it's like at a certain point, how serious are you about this? Because, you could be in school, you could be in university, you could be working, you could be living at home. At what point are you going to become the full-time artist? Because everyone wants to do that, right? Most people who do music they're not doing it full time.
Yeah.
They're not earning money
Yeah.
from it, but they want to, and that's
But like for me, that's the difference. For me,
It's a
working in
challenge.
music,
Yeah.
working in music is easy.
Yeah.
But doing your own music is what is hard. Because
Right.
like I worked in music full time, and it's
Mm.
so easy. You just go from here, sign a contract. You can be in creative, you can be in everything. You're gonna be a singer. You'll be using your instrument, and you can keep singing. But like being like people to buy your own music,
Oh,
that
gosh.
is the hard
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
So where like for me,
Yeah.
when someone is like, "Oh, my dream is doing music," and I was like, "Your own music, or you want to be a singer?"
Mhm.
Because being a singer is something that I can give you a full book of content that you can call, and you
Yeah.
have about 3 years of work in music,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, cruise ships, this and that.
Mm.
You want to be a singer, go and do it. But if you have your own identity and you want to sell that, that is the hard part.
Yeah.
That is when you need to be like, you know what I mean. It's like when I told you,
Yeah.
like for me, I quit music.
Mhm.
Why? I mean, I still do music, but right now, if someone come to me and they offer me a contract, I'd be like, no, because I'm not committed to it.
Yeah.
So you need someone that is committed to it.
You need so much commitment.
Yeah.
And I feel for a lot of people, because then they punish themselves, because they're like, oh my God, why am I not here? Why have I not? I've been doing this for a year or two. We're like, oh, I should be bigger. I should be more successful. I should have a fan base. I feel bad for the people who like, you know, and unfortunately, you just don't get it right now.
Yeah.
You will eventually, but a lot of people actually don't want to do the harder thing. They don't want to do it as work.
Yeah.
It needs to be play.
Mm-hmm.
We need to learn to have fun and be creative in a place that doesn't have restrictions or boundaries, or, you know, it doesn't cost you, you know, £1,000 to release a song, right? Back in the old days when studios weren't accessible and you had to know someone, you had to have money, whatever, you know, it would cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
But now you can use a cube, you can use a pirate, you can get your focus right and your microphone online. You can install a piece of software on your computer.
It's like Pink Panther, no? Pink
Yeah,
Panther is amazing.
yeah, yeah.
How far does she go?
Look at her, she's amazing, incredible.
I love her. Like
Incredible.
I love her as a person. Like
Yeah.
when I never met her, but I've seen like as a character, I'm like, this girl is crazy good.
So the creativity thing is the easy part, because you are born with something that's curious and interested and creative. The hard part is then to understand that actually, when you're part of the industry, you have contracts, you have payroll, you have HR. Well, you don't really have that much HR,
But
but
you are HR.
yeah, you have all these different frameworks that you do have to fit into. So when you ask me, PJ, what do you see in artists who are going to be successful, committed, etc., you know, we could say there needs to be a look, there needs to be a brand, there needs to be talent, there needs to be hard work, there needs to be creativity, there needs to be someone who's not afraid to do all of the jobs in the early stages.
Yeah.
Do the work.
Yeah.
Like, most people are trying to run a marathon and they've never ran before.
Yeah.
That's the analogy, I would say. And
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
training
Yeah.
for your marathon.
Yeah. No, like, I literally get it. Literally, I get it, because it's just something where like with the actors nowadays, like so many people from other industry are taking places just because they have followers, not because they have the talent. And they're messing around with people that has been working for so much.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you from the point of view that I go over things that I told my friends, and I was like, look, I go over it. I would never take it, but for respect.
Yeah.
Like for respect. And at the same time, I have this experience of taking places that I thought I was like, oh, there's the opportunity to take it.
Mm,
It become traumas because you are not ready for it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything needs
You should
to be,
not say yes to everything.
To everything.
So that's another thing,
No.
right? So if I said to an artist tomorrow, label offers you 50K,
Mhm.
would you take it? Most people would say yes, right? And it's unfortunately due to a lack of education, a lack of understanding, and also desperation.
Mhm.
We should never be making decisions based on desperation.
I agree.
In the creative industries, if people are offering you money or deals or whatever, it's because they know they can make 10 times from that from you.
Yeah.
Or they're trying to trap you in some nonsense,
Oh, yeah.
right? People don't have your best interests, especially people that don't know you, right? I mean, we do hear horror stories of the dad, the uncle, the sister who managed the artist and they messed up and they stole their money,
Yeah.
right? Friends,
Mm-hmm.
air quotes, have stolen from artists
Yeah.
and not got this and that. But it's going to end up being worse if you just sign a contract to someone you've just met. If someone slides into your DMs tomorrow and you don't have any connections to them, you don't know who they are, you can't find them on Google, you would never, you should
Yeah.
never take anything they say seriously,
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Like, and again, someone said the other day, actually, just because they have mutuals doesn't mean they're good people. That's true as well. We know that there's a lot of people in the industry who have been around for a long time. And I say that we know, like, you know,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
we understand that there's
Mhm.
a lot of people out there that are not the most healthy or positive
Yeah.
people. So that's something that you do have to learn to understand is like, you know, I've had people come to me and say, you know, PJ, I've something's happened, or I've gone through this, or I've gone through that. And again, my responsibility is always to believe the person and find someone they can speak to. Because I'm not a professional therapist. I'm not someone who's that established or powerful in the industry that I can actually make something happen for in terms of a positive outcome for that
Yeah.
person. But I will try at least to point you in the right direction. So you have charities, you have organizations, you have individuals who are championing and supporting the well-being of artists. We should be talking to them. Help musicians, Black Lives in Music. You know, there's helplines. There's women's organizations. You know, there's organizations that support people of color. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's those organizations that understand the needs of the people that have gone through these experiences.
Mhm.
So we need to be mindful of that. Again, it's a very negative thing in the industry, is this abuse stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I want people to really take that seriously.
Yeah.
If someone tells you something happened to them, it might even be a friend of yours that that was the perpetrator or alleged perpetrator. You need to take the person who told you seriously.
Of course.
Like,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and you know, that's all I'll say, because again, I'm not a legal expert. I'm not, you know, I'm definitely not an expert in any way. But
Yeah.
I want people to understand, you know, if something happened to you, try and tell someone you trust.
Yeah.
If it's safe to do so, tell someone.
Yeah, I feel like
yeah.
we have responsibility over it. As an artist. We have responsibility of what, because when I think I'm fed up and I'm like so tired, and I'm an artist and I'm saying it,
Yeah.
is the fact of like every freaking artist that they are becoming like huge or they're big. When they are there, they are discussed about their label, this and that. When you sign a contract, you know what you're signing, and when you are there and they put you there, is when you look back and you say, oh my god, they just did this and that. Like you say, read what you sign in. It's a company. They invest money on you when you didn't have anything. Now that you
Yeah.
have it, you see the issues, but they make you.
They want something from you.
But like that's the
They
problem.
want
So
something
for me,
from
it's
you.
like this
Yeah.
relationship that artists have nowadays with all the labels and everything. Like for me, I understood that I don't want a label. It's something that I don't want to go through because maybe I don't have the commitment, and because it's not that there's no something bad. Literally, it's a big opportunity. People need to think about it as like I'm ready to commit to this
Yeah.
because they are putting a lot of money. They're giving you everything, but that means that your time is someplace. Like you're not gonna sleep enough hours. You're not gonna do this and that because the industry is running while you're sleeping. It's still running.
never
Nighttime people in the
sleeps.
studios.
Yeah.
People like I don't know, something is happening in a world that they like. I don't know, new artist is born in like everything is cooking 24/7. So I'm fed up of this relationship that people is like they go into a point where they reach what they already want, and they are like, oh, I just want to leave my label and I cannot leave my label. You know what I mean? So what's the point of the label to put all this money with like on you? You cover that money. They don't earn anything. You just cover the money. You need to make that money. Because one thing that artist doesn't realize is like you go in white, you go with like white check. You go there, they put your card, they put you a flat, they give you an advance. You start working on your album, this and that. That's money running, and you are like, okay, your contract said you cover, you cover your contract, and that's when the artists cover that money that they already use is when they're like, oh, we're in peace. No, we're not in peace.
Yeah.
You cover your thing, but I took you because you need to make me money. You just give me back what I gave you.
Sure.
So that's the problem. So when the artists go in that point where they're like, okay, I already covered what you invest in me, but that's not what I didn't give you. Do you know what I mean?
Well, most people don't recoup their advances anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Most artists don't make that money back.
Yeah.
And
lots.
there's an amazing guy online called Brian Zizuk. They call him Z. He works with AudioMac. So he's an amazing guy. Everyone calls him Z, right? He's an industry veteran. He's been around for like 15, 20 years. He works with AudioMac, which is one of the DSPs that where you can put your music. But he will share so much knowledge and experience and that sort of stuff, and he will clarify people that are saying any nonsense online. He'll actually quote tweet and say, actually, this is incorrect. This is what happens. So I read one of his tweets one time, and the statistics are that most people don't recoup their advances because of how the models work and because of how little people make nowadays.
Yeah.
Right, of streaming and everything like that. So, and again, there's research that talks about, any artist to really break into the mainstream, to be successful and to have a great foundation for a career, it costs like 500 grand, $1 million, $1 million,
Yeah.
1.5, 2 million.
Yeah.
That's how much it takes to invest to then have a superstar.
Yeah.
So think about that. Can you make two million off, $2 million? Okay, do the maths. And then you'll understand that the deals are mostly in the favor of the labels or the management companies or the joint ventures, But again, there's so many technicalities in the industry, but the deals are not going to be the best. But some people can take advantage of that. Some people actually know that they are selling their catalog or their IP, their songs or their likeness or whatever for a period of time. It used to be forever. Nowadays, you should never be signing anything forever.
No, of course.
Right? But some people can do well with that model,
Yeah.
and it has worked for them. And now people have come out of their deals after 15 years or so, and they can have a good career potentially. Yeah.
But so we learn a lot from the industry with you. That's so cool. Hey, how do you see yourself in the future? Like when you start with this,
Yeah.
like for example with me, when I started music, I'm like, what do I want to see myself? And I was like, I want to be in Disney Channel. Such a big dream,
Wow.
No Grammys, no shit. Disney Channel. That was
Yeah.
what I was dreaming.
Yeah.
And so how do you see? What do you want to do? Do you want to create big artists? Do you want to, I don't know, Scooter Brown, for example, nowadays?
Well, yeah.
You don't want to be him right now, but like he has created a lot of created one of my biggest, biggest, like, for me, is my favorite artist ever.
Yeah.
So
Who's your favorite artist? Tell me.
Justin Bieber.
Of course.
He always has been.
So for me, I mean, I am first and foremost a music manager, right?
Yeah.
I have my one artist that I manage and focus on her, right? My mission in life is to make her the biggest superstar possible
That's so
on her terms.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Everything else will come through that, right? But I also have other roles and things that I fulfill in the industry.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to support other emerging creatives, executives, artists, songwriters, producers, anyone who's interested and who doesn't have the resources or the information. Let's try and help each other out.
Nice.
I want to work with more charities. I want to work with more platforms. For me, it's always about giving back to the next generation.
That's amazing.
So I'm just trying to find my place in the industry as a positive influence, right? That's all we can try and do, right? I'm lucky enough to not be like, desperate for, I could do with a bit more money. We could all do with a bit more money.
Always.
But I'm not trying to be like the
Always there.
biggest, most famous, most richest, most successful person. I just want to have enough, and I want to make sure that people can have enough as well. I'm open to the possibilities. I don't know where I'll be in a year, 6 months, 2 years. I might have moved on from London. I might still be in London. We have to be open to the possibilities, but always come with gratitude, abundance, support, good people.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, that's what I do every day in my life.
Love that. Love that.
No, but
nice
I
voice.
get it.
Are you a singer?
Oh no, they called me. Give me a wig. I'm Hannah Montana now. No. Honestly, yeah. So thank you so much for coming. Finally, we made it happen. And any project you come here, this is your house. And thank you for the support. Thank you for the flowers.
Thank you
for everything.
And thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick, of course, to be here with us. And we're getting to the end of the show, and as you know, we're South American. Well, I'm South
Mm.
American. Yeah, sorry.
Hey, also
And-
my passport.
yeah. So I normally ask people to say hasta luego, amigos, to your camera. You look at your camera and you say hasta luego, amigos.
Hasta luego, amigos.
Yeah, that was so fluent. What the fuck? All right, guys, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
We're getting close to the end of this season. I don't know when it's gonna happen again, but I will make it happen eventually. And yeah, so I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great week, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
That was so
It was
good.
really
I
fun.
don't know where the time went. I was
Me
like,
neither. I
fuck.
didn't even check what time.
I was like, fuck's sake. I was like, damn. That was so good.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed
That
it.
I really enjoyed it.
It was really
I hope you
good.
did.
Yeah, no, I did
I
enjoy
was
it
like-
though. Did you enjoy it? Do you like it?
You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Very
like
nice.